All right, Shalom, Yasharala. Before we get started, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops. Give me 1 second. Giving double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. All right, we're back in another video, another lesson. And in this one, we're going into another article. All right, the stage is being set for the Cataclysmic Wars of 2025. All right, and this was done a couple of days ago, August 29th, 2024. All right, and first, before we let's look up the word cataclysmic. All right, and it says, matter of fact, let's do it like this. Open another tab. And it says
Cataclysmic.
It says relating to or denoting a violent natural event. It says use emphasize the extent of something bad or unwelcome. All right, and you can use either definition for these. All right, disastrous, catastrophic, terrible, violent, awful. All right, disastrous. All right, what does a cataclysmic event mean? A cataclysmic event is one that changes a situation or society very greatly, especially in an unpleasant way. Few had expected that change to be as cataclysmic as it turned out to be. All right, and the synonyms: disastrous, devastating, catastrophic. All right, which that's about we're about to actually see that in this society of America, Babylon the Great. All right, a cataclysmic event is going to change this whole society around. There was what was that, an article that I did twice actually. It says a WEF, they said, like, roughly paraphrasing, what they call it, like, different events is gonna happen through this 2024, roughly paraphrasing, on the People's Voice. You can go look that up, but going back here, so the stage is being set for the Cataclysmic Wars of 2025. Going into the article, it says, while the mainstream media focuses our attention on the upcoming election, the stage is being set for the unthinkable. Chess pieces are in motion all over the planet, and global leaders continue to drag us in directions that we should not want to go. If everyone truly understood where current events were taking us, there would be massive protests in every major city right now. The comfortable lifestyles that so many of us take for granted are about to be shattered. All right, and the elder Pastor Gabar, he actually did a video on that. I believe to the effect of get comfortable being uncomfortable. Something to that effect, that he titled it. And he was doing the benefits on cold showers. And he said he did a video on that and he also said get used to taking cold showers. Get used to, you brothers and sisters out there, get used to taking cold showers, because you may be out when society collapses, you may be out in the woods somewhere where the Lord has you, you're by a river. It may be cold out. You never know. You ain't take a shower and take a bath in 2-3 days. You're gonna just walk around being stink? No, man. You're gonna say, forget it. I'm used to the cold anyway. Might as well take a cold shower, man. Right? It says, I read it again. The comfortable lifestyles that so many of us take for granted are about to be shattered. Like them warm showers. Having food in the fridge. All right, getting paid at work. Right, which we're tired of working. I know I'm tired of working. All right, that's the one thing I can't wait for it to go. Right, we can rely on the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai. It says the U.S. could soon find itself involved in several major wars, Salakia, simultaneously, and we are definitely not prepared for such a scenario, which could lead to what? a draft, right? It says most Americans could not even pick out Taiwan on a blank map of the world. But for the Chinese, the island of Taiwan is of the utmost importance. On Thursday, a Chinese general told Jake Sullivan to his face that Taiwan is the first red line that must not be crossed. A top Chinese general on Thursday told White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan that the U.S. must stop its collision, all right, with Taiwan being during a high stakes meeting in Beijing. General Zhang Yuzha, I hope I said that right, vice chairman of China's Central Military Commission, told Sullivan that Taiwan is at the very core of China's core interests, the bedrock of political foundation of China-U.S. relations, and the first red line that they must not. Salaki, it says, in the first red line that must not be crossed, according to a readout from the Chinese Ministry of National Defense. The PLA will definitely, end quote, the PLA will definitely take countermeasures against the provocations of the Taiwan Independence Forces, end quote. The readout says Zhang had told Sullivan, using an acronym for China's military, the People's Liberation Army, in quotes, China urges the U.S. side to stop military collusion collision with Taiwan, stop arming Taiwan, and stop spreading false narratives on Taiwan, end quote. All right. And that if the Chinese go to war with the Taiwan, the U.S. will have to step in, and then that means what? Because Russia and China, they're making a pact. So if that happens, Russia's gonna step in. You see, then it's gonna be an all-out war. Then that means then that Iran, the Arabs, they're gonna go to war with Israel. You see how this thing is gonna play out. But it says in the scripture says the least of the flock shall draw them out. So ultimately Israel is gonna lead America into war. Continuing on, the Chinese are very angry, and they have been preparing to take military action against Taiwan for a very long time. When that finally happens, we will be at war with China, and everything will change. Let's get a scripture real quick. All right. Let's get Matthew 24. And I'm going to start at verse 6. And it says, ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, We're going to hear of, different wars going on. They're going to start off small, but eventually it's going to get, it's going to grow. Right? It's going to ultimately lead to World War III. It says, verse 7, for a nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. It says all these are the beginning of sorrow. So this is just the beginning, right? You're going to hear of wars and rumors of wars. You're going to see, these different, nations coming up, kingdom coming up against kingdom, right? Then moving on in this article, it says, meanwhile, the Russians continue to gobble up even more territory in eastern Ukraine. Russian troops continue to make significant advances toward Pokrovsk. I can't say that. All right. So bear with me. All right. Toward Pokrovsk, the city, and Donetsk, that is a key logistics hub, according to the Institute for the Study of War, whose map shows the latest state of play in the region. The Washington, D.C. think tank cited geolocated footage from Wednesday. It says showed Russian advances in, however you say that, a town around 18 miles southeast of this place, all right, which some military bloggers claim Moscow had completely seized. Other geolocated footage show advances by Russian forces in other areas southeast of these cities. All right. This right here, which has been Slovakia, which has been corroborated by Russian military bloggers. At this point, Western leaders are so desperate to achieve victory that they are throwing everything except the kitchen sink at the Russians. In fact, the British have even sent robotic war dogs to Ukraine, to help them out. I'm going to just skip down. It says both sides are just going to keep escalating matters until a line is crossed that will never be able to be uncrossed. The Russians are preparing for that inevitability by constructing shiny new bomb shelters for their population. Unfortunately for us, when bombs start falling on our soil, we will be out of luck because we don't have any bomb shelters. And these elites, they get their own bomb shelters. Matter of fact, let's see if we can pull something up on that. Let's put in bomb shelters. Right? I guess. Or bunkers. Let's type that in. Give me 1 second. Let's do this Zuckerberg. Yeah. It says inside Mark Zuckerberg's top secret Hawaii compound. Alright, he has a bunker. I ain't gonna read all of that, but these elites they are building bunkers. Inside plans for Mark Zuckerberg's massive 260 million bunker. Alright. And he's not the only one building one. It says in the scriptures that these elites will go into the holes of the rocks. Alright. So they have, bunkers for themselves, which that's prophecy. Continuing on, interestingly, a YouGov poll that was conducted last year discovered that 66% of Americans are concerned that humanity could be wiped out by nuclear weapons. Well, that will happen. All right, let's go into this. Let's get Isaiah. All right, because the Lord's about to stir all this up. Come on, man. All right, Isaiah 13. And 4, it says the noise. I'm sorry, at 1. The burden of Babylon, which is talking about America, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. This high mountain is America. All right, and that banner is this truth. All right. Verse 3, I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones from my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord, whose name is Yahweh, all right, of hosts, mustereth the host of the battle. You see, the Lord is he's gathering this thing up, man. All right. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation, to destroy the whole land. What land is that? The land of America, which is known as Babylon the Great, or Egypt, spiritually Rome, all right, spiritually, all right, Babylon, mystery. All right, this is the mother of harlots. All right, let's get Isaiah 9. Now Isaiah 9 and 5. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So every battle before, World War I, World War II, different other wars, they were, with garments, with spears and shields, right? Men. That's when men were, really men back then, had testosterone running through them. Not these men today. But it says what? But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. You see, this war, this last war, World War III, will be with nuclear, nuclear bombs. You see, Let's get Revelation. Let's start with is it 9? Yeah, Revelation 9:12. It says, "One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes here more hereafter." That woe is what? World War One. All right, that was the first woe. Now let's go to Revelation 11. Revelation 11:14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. You see? So World War One, World War Two, that's the second woe. And World War Three is what? The third woe. And that's about to come. We about to see that play out. Let's get Revelation 16 and 15. It says, "Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame." Yeah, man. The Lord says he comes like a thief in the night. You know, it says, "Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments." What's keeping your garments? This truth, man. All right. If you don't have this truth, you're walking naked. You know, and lest he walk naked, they see his shame. It says, "And he gathered them together in a place called in the Hebrew tongue." It says Armageddon, but it's Harmageddon. All right, we can show you. All right, going into it, Salakia. All right, it says going over here of Hebrew origin. All right, Har means hill, mountain, hill country, mount. Right, so that's what Har means. All right, hill or mountain or hill country or mount. Mageddon, Magadwan, place of crowds. All right, that's what it means. Harmageddon, mountain, hill country. All right, Magadwan, place of crowds. You see, if you go to Joel 3. In verse 9, it says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." Yeah, these at one point in time in history, the weak nations, you know, most of these nations were weak. You know, they weren't as strong as, you know, America was. Russia was up there with them. You know, I believe Japan, right? But you didn't hear about North Korea and, you know, I don't really believe China, right? And other nations, you know, Iran, right? Now they're saying, "I am strong." They got their own military power, right? Their own nuclear artillery. Verse 11, "Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Let the heathen be awakened, and come down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, or Yahweh Shaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision." You see, this is what's about to play out. World War III, you know, in the valley of Jehoshaphat, and that's Isaiah 34, right? Going back to what they said over here, right? Interestingly, it says a YouGov poll that was conducted last year discovered that 66% of Americans are concerned that humanity could be wiped out by nuclear weapons. Well, not all humanity, but in America, everybody's gonna be wiped out. If you ain't getting beamed up on a chariot when the Lord returns, you gonna be destroyed, man. Right? According to a 2023 YouGov poll of 1,000 respondents, 66% are worried that the human race will be wiped out by nuclear weapons. Roughly the same number worry that we will be killed off by a world war. 53% think the next pandemic could do us in. 52% bet on climate sea change. 46% on AI. 42% on an act of the Most High. 37% on an asteroid. 31% global inability to have children, and 25% on alien invasion. We should be very thankful that nuclear weapons have not been used in combat since the end of World War II, which that's about to come back, and we're about to read it. All right, Isaiah 34:1. Come near ye nations to hear, and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. Right? I'm gonna jump down. It says, verse 4, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved. The heavens shall be wrote together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as the falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. What's the sword? The sword is those ICBM missiles, all right, flying through the heavens, making its way to America. It shall come down upon Idumea, right? That's Esau, Edom, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord have a sacrifice in Basra. Basra was the capital city of Edom. Now it's modern day America, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. You see? So yes, nuclear weapons are about to be used again. All right, on a large scale. We're about to see it. And these wars are about to pop off, and not just, those wars, civil war, race wars. We're about to see civil war play out in America. All right, race wars about to happen in the streets. You got these, migrants coming over here, over in Aurora, Colorado, taking over a apartment complex. They want the division to happen. They want this to happen, to get you Jakes riled up and to get these low level Edomites riled up. You see, this is all a part of their plan. All really the Lord's plan, but using Esau to do it. You see, so the stage is being set for the cataclysmic wars of 2025, and we're about to see it, man. And if you're not, if you're not of the elect, you're not going to make it. We're praying and hoping that we're of that number. So, Lord willing, this was edifying to you, brothers and your sisters. All right, I'm ending it off there. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Lord's will you edified. Till the next video, I'm going to say, Shalom.